Hello, everyone. Faces, welcome to the Arguments Fantasy Football Podcast, where me and Kyle Switzer argue, like the poem says. It's been a good year. Playoffs are upon us.
Yep.
In the Ralphless Arguments football pool. No Ralph this year, and no trouble. No Ralph.
I bet a lot of us wish the Ralph was in it, to be honest. And maybe there'd be an extra playoff spot for someone.
Well, Joe Krimker this year pulled a Ralph in week 13. Not starting a tight end, but it was a very meaningless matchup.
It was a meaningless matchup.
So it doesn't mean it meant absolutely nothing.
But will he be put on some sort of probation, perhaps, Commish?
Nah, there's no point. If there was meaning to that matchup, I believe he would have played.
I do too, and I also not only for him, but I also feel like me, you, other people would have been texting him, "Hey Joe, what the fuck?"
Yeah, that's something.
But like I didn't even know he did that because I never even looked at that matchup.
I looked at it just because I wanted to see, because O-Dog made like a nice push towards the end of the year.
Quite a push. Most underachieving team of the year.
Yeah, finished 6-7. Not a bad point total. Not amazing.
No.
But anyways.
Better than mine, and I'm in the playoffs.
That's true. Yeah, you're the weakest point total in the playoffs, yeah?
No, by far.
By a long shot.
By far.
Yeah. Well, it's the week of nice backgrounds.
It is. It is.
You're sporting a nice waterfall. Beautiful background. Your background wins.
Thank you. Yeah, give it up to the Team Joseph. He pays the rent in this building.
Well, that $100 extra he wins for me every season probably helps.
Yeah, that's gotta help. Don't tell him I'm not working right now. By the way,
he's probably gonna know if he watches.
He might find out.
I went 7-6. One of my losses to, of course, Team Joseph, in which he got a free pool.
Yes, it seems every year. That's part of the fun is the yearly Herbie Heroes versus Team Joseph $100 pick. I love it.
And the guy just destroys me all the time.
What I was gonna say, do we have like a history of the record?
I could go back and look, but it's a shellacking.
It's a shellacking.
He kills me. Even when he's great and I suck, he beats me. And when I'm great and he sucks, he beats me.
He's got it out for you guys.
Yeah, man. They just don't show up. Also, Tom Brady was on a bye this year. No excuses. But,
no excuses. Yeah. Shall we start?
Yeah, let's not start with our own matchup.
Okay. Well, I was thinking, can we just start by actually maybe just highlighting the two teams on bye this week?
Sure. Let's do it. So it's interesting to note that I'm not a big guy for projections.
Oh, I mean, if you look at the season projections, pull them up, Herbs, and tell me.
Are they not close?
Oh, do you know who's in first place in the season projections for the second straight year?
Who is it?
Team Shaq.
Team Shaq.
2 straight years. Have I lost you?
No, I'm here.
Sorry, 2 straight years. I lost my video on my end, but it's okay. So 2 straight years, Team Shaq has been projected to be the number one thing. I think they projected him to lose 2 games all year. And this year, I was projected to win 1 game, last place. I was projected to win 1 game. So I agree with you. Projections don't mean a whole heck of a lot. But don't pretend like we don't all, still look at the projections. Especially, I like the projections during
the projections on a week-to-week basis don't mean much in terms of what ends up happening. But you always feel like you have a better chance if you're projected to win going into the week.
Of course. And I do like the projections in the middle of the games. As the day goes on.
Yes, the percentages and whatnot.
Yeah, I do like to take a peek at that.
Well, if you look at the projections right now, what's interesting to note is the top team, No Sue for You, third last in projection, and Team Rampage has the lowest projection. I don't know if they set their lineup. It's possible they didn't. I didn't even look.
I mean, it's not like they have someone on bye.
That's true. But they could have last week. But anyways.
Yeah, okay, anyways.
But anyways, it just goes to show you that come playoff time, absolutely anything can happen. 6 teams left. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yep.
There is
any given
no telling.
Thursday,
Monday, Sunday, sometimes Saturday in a couple weeks. So let's look at.
I think we should start with No Sue for You.
No Sue for You.
Is he the prohibited?
I think, at 10-3 and the most points in the pool, it's kind of hard to not give him that position.
Yep.
He's a rookie, though.
Does that matter?
Rookie playoff jitters.
Rookie, his team's got the jitters. You know, he's never been in this situation. Yeah, I think that if any team won this year, it was no Sue for you. I think it would be the unanimously, like outside of the No Thrills Football Company winning 2 years in a row, like it could be the worst 3-year stretch for the other 13 managers being upset.
If no Sue for you wins?
If no Super wins, like you know that there were a lot of upset people seeing No Thrills win 1 year gray. You know they were even more upset the second year he went. And then a guy comes in his first year and wins. Like, what a 3-year stretch of 13 other managers being just livid with the results of the pool.
Well, we've seen a guy come into the pool in his rookie year and take the #1 spot and not win.
Who was that?
Jack, I believe.
He did first place that year? I know he did well. First place?
Dominant. I remember him being dominant. He definitely made the playoffs in a bye position, I would say.
Yeah.
He didn't win the pool, as far as I know.
I'll just wait for the fact checkers to take us up on that.
I'll look it up later, go through the years, but I don't have that.
Let the fact checkers get on that.
John will probably let us know.
Yeah, Johnny, that you can fact check the podcast.
How long do you think that mathematical email takes him to do? Does he sit in his accounting office for 9 hours straight drafting that letter?
I thought. Okay, so he's the math guy, right? But you know, I like to think both of us are probably the communication guys. And a little piece of advice to him: he could use some more segmented paragraphs in that writing.
You know what? It's interesting. If you look at it, you probably looked on your cell phone.
Yeah, I did.
That's why. So if you look at it on the league message board on your computer, it's put out pretty nicely.
Oh, okay.
I was like, why would this guy make one long paragraph?
Yeah, I had one long paragraph. I'm like, holy crap. I need a breath. I needed a breath.
Well,
but I thought it was great. I love that. I say keep it coming, Johnny.
It's unbelievable. I love it. I just don't understand. Like,
do you think
that guy's getting paid?
Who the most likely champion is?
What?
You think you can find out who the most likely champion is now?
No, because all of his formulas are based on the fact that every matchup is 50-50.
But he could come up with a new formula.
I'm sure he could. He's a math guy.
I feel like it doesn't take him that long. He's pretty
smart.
I
got 53 in grade 11 math. I don't know how to do things like that.
Yeah, I don't know either. Okay, well, I big ups to Johnny. I love it. I love it.
It's a great thing. You also feel that he, for sure, I wonder if he was in 14th place if he'd do it. I'm sure he would, but he was in a big position, like right on the bubble there.
Yeah, and when you look at that, like the real loser was the Fear Boners.
Yeah. Oh, did he win? He won the last week and didn't make the playoffs? Is that what happened?
No, he lost last week, but he had like the highest, like of all the people that he pointed out, like all the guys that had high projected numbers to make it, made it. And then I made it over the Fear Boners with like a 43% chance of making it.
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy week 13.
It was very intense. Very intense.
Anyways, let's take a look at
let's take a look at the
first matchup here.
Okay.
Chargers Blount Force Trauma, 3rd versus 6th. Season Chargers had 1480 points, good for 3rd most in the pool. Blount Force Trauma, 1438, the 2nd least amount of points in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a difference of 22 points.
It's not close. It's very, very close.
When you look at the point totals, I think from 1st to 5th, it's actually pretty close, and then it's just me is a lot lower.
Yeah.
And so
that matchup is
close, but I mean,
Chargers had a good Thursday. A good Thursday, 16.3 points from Latavius Murray.
Huge.
It's a very good start. When you look at the matchups and who's playing who, I'd have to go.
Do we want to break it down position by position, Herb?
Sure, you can do that. You got Cousins versus the Eagles and Luck versus the Texans.
Tight. That's a toss-up.
It's a toss-up. I'd probably give it to Cousins. I mean, Philly's defense has been good, but a little shakier as of late.
Mhm.
And Houston's defense is just really good. And Luck is, I don't know, very inconsistent this year. He is coming off a freaking massive week.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. He's been inconsistent, but like he's capable of putting up huge numbers.
And while I say inconsistent, he has 3 weeks under 20, three weeks over 30. So it's really not that inconsistent.
It just seems that way because of his like real life performance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So fantasy numbers, he's a great fantasy quarterback. Cousins has been.
I feel like Cousins has been coming on strong lately, no?
Cousins is the model of consistency.
Wow. Yeah, I see that. And his last 3 weeks, 21, 23, and 28 respectively. Like those are strong numbers coming into the playoffs.
Yeah. So that's pretty much a toss up.
Okay.
You go to the wide receivers, I think Chargers takes it.
Yeah, I agree.
Question.
Well, he has Terrell Pryor, and we know your love affair.
Well, yeah, Terrell Pryor's the best out of all 6 receivers in that group. So,
and when you look at it, like the best receiver action in that group is Jordy Nelson, but he plays Seattle.
Yeah, yes, and like who knows what you're going to get from Cameron Meredith, although he's been,
sure, Meredith and Coleman,
very up and down. Yeah, Coleman the same way.
Not very reliable guys.
No. So it's a clear receiver advantage for the Chargers.
I agree. The running back matchup.
Running back is very interesting
because you'd say Ezekiel and you'd love to give it to Blunt Force Trauma right away, but with what Murray's already done, and when you look at it, we talked about watching the projections as the week goes, and having the points in the bank is you can't. You know what I mean? He has 16 points in the bank with Latavius. We don't know what these other guys are going to do. We already know what Latavius Murray has done. And then Le'Veon Bell is still the best running back in the league. I don't care.
Le'Veon Bell versus Ezekiel Elliott is pretty much a toss-up week to week. Le'Veon has been better. He's just suspended the first 3 weeks.
Exactly. And you can't expect 16 points from Isaiah Crowell. So I think it goes to the Chargers there.
Got to go Chargers. The tight end is it.
You're giving it to the Chargers again.
Got to go to Chargers, and then kicker and defense.
Whatever defense, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's clear that we think the Chargers are the favorite.
I agree.
And in the projection, they're projected to win right now by 2. Came into the week under projected to lose by 2. So,
I mean,
it's a good matchup.
Projections you take them with a grain of salt.
But I don't necessarily. Like, obviously, those projections are all in some sort of formula that I don't agree with.
Yeah. Look at when you look at the projections, Dan Bailey is projected to have 14 points.
Double the amount of points as Hopkins.
That's why he's projected to win, because he is Dan Bailey projected to win, get 14 points. It's completely absurd.
It is.
Okay. All right. So we like the Chargers.
Yeah, it's got to be Chargers there.
Now, before we get into the second matchup, I think we breezed over really quickly, and I was hoping we could just revisit it, is Team Ravage and what we think his chances are.
Well, something I failed to mention is there's 3 two-time champions in the playoffs this year.
Wow, true. And
all vying for that third. No one's ever won the third. 2 of them are on this podcast right now, me and you, and then Ropage is the third. Ropage.
I also point out, just to pump my own tires, that I have 4 finals appearances.
Oh, very nice. I don't know.
Those are all like relatively recent.
Yeah, you've had a good decade.
Yeah, good decade, man. At this point in the pool, we have to look at it that way. I like to look at the modern era of the pool, like since it went to 14 teams.
Since post ESPN.
Yeah, post ESPN.
Although I love that coach, man. I lost
in the finals in the ESPN.
Did you lose because your head coach lost by more than 25 points?
No, I lost because I had LaDainian Tomlinson in his record-setting year, and then he had a shit week 16.
Oh, man, if that finals got decided by a head coach.
Wow, asterisk.
That would have been amazing. Anyway.
I love the head coach.
Ropage. Yeah, I've won twice in the modern era, too, I think.
Yeah.
And so is Ropage.
Ropage, his first win is an asterisk. Yacht is blitzed.
Blitz are a half champion in the league. Yeah, so Ropage has only won 1.5 times.
I mean, technically speaking.
Oh man! Even though Blitzer paid for that pool, Rapids did the draft and did everything for the entire
Claire is trying to become the second chiropractor to win the pool.
year. Oh man!
How do you like that?
That's good.
Good stuff.
Chiropractors right now are 0.5 for 1.
Have a great history. The chiropractors in this pool, 1 year in, 1 championship, 1 year in, first place in the regular season.
Wow, man!
I'm thinking
I should
about
go to the
going back to
chiropractors
school.
college.
The chiropractor college is a breeding ground for fantasy pool maintenance.
Oh man! Well, I won't invite Richard Magder to the pool. No,
That is.
Claire will know.
Okay.
He's my brother Steve's friend. He was in school with Claire at the chiropractors college, 8 years apart.
Okay, there we go. Shout out to him.
Dick Magder.
Not allowed. I will not have any more chiropractors.
Yeah, chiropractors are forever barred from entering the pool.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Rapids' team. I mean,
There was a time.
it was the scariest team in the pool, and it's still a very good team. Jason Witten is bipolar, and so is Julio Jones. That's really the scariest one.
And Calvin Benjamin, he's
And Calvin Benjamin.
I think that's been the real problem for his team. It's been so hit or miss.
Well, what about this? Listen to Julio Jones. Starting in week 1. 14-19, 2. 42, 3. 23-21, 4. 21-18, 5. 14. It's
Wow.
like, if Rapids goes to that finals and Julio puts up one of those 3 catches for 30-yard games, he's toast.
That's so tough to contend with, having a guy like that. That's such a high pick. You know what I mean? Be someone like that.
Would you rather have a guy that has the potential to put up 30 on any given week, or
Is
have a guy
it?
that's going to put up 12, 13 consistently?
Yeah, exactly. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is it the way the bracket works? Is it like the winner of a certain matchup plays Rapids, or is it reseeding?
I believe the winner of our matchup, so the 4-5 matchup, would play
We don't reseed.
No Sue for You. I believe.
No, okay.
Let me.
Fact checkers, get on that.
I can fact check this in an instant.
Okay, I'd love that.
Let me see. So week 14. We'll go forward to week 15. Oh, it maybe it does reseed because it doesn't say No Sue for You versus the winner of 4. Oh yeah, I think it's a bracket here.
Okay.
I think No Sue for You plays the winner of Switzer Herbie, and Rapids plays the winner of
Yeah, that makes sense.
Slam
'Cause,
Charger.
I think that's the path you want, is through Rapids and not through No Sue for You.
Right. But I was happy to get you in the first round.
Of course, as was I happy to get you.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say that if either one of us were facing Chargers or Blunt Force Trauma, we'd be the underdogs.
Right. And my team, it's where it is because of a guy that's no longer with us, Rob. So,
Okay, shall we break down the matchup?
yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, so we're gonna start
Our
with
matchup. Let's do this objectively.
We'll try our best. I mean, it's hard because at quarterback, Cam just hasn't been himself this year. But he
And
is a
Brady
much
does
better
that
matchup.
wrong. And Brady, in his career without Gronk, before last week, had not reached 20 points 60% of the games without Gronk.
And I also think that
And he did it last week.
those are a little bit overblown. Like, he still has been okay.
Who?
Cam.
Yeah, from a fantasy perspective.
Yeah, from a fantasy perspective.
Which is what we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he's got San Diego.
Decent matchup.
Brady's got Baltimore. It's pretty much a toss-up there. I think Cam probably has the edge based on Brady's history without Gronk.
And what about Brady versus Baltimore? I feel like that's generally a tough matchup for him.
Is it now?
I feel like it. I mean, I could be wrong.
Baltimore has given up the 9th fewest fantasy points to quarterbacks this season.
But I just mean in general, like those two teams when they play.
Yeah. Yeah. Different team now.
Certainly.
Baltimore, at least.
Certainly.
But,
Okay.
but
I
yeah,
think it's a toss-up. I do think that if you had to give the edge, you'd give it to Cam. But I think
I give it to Cam,
okay. A wide receiver to you without a doubt.
which is nuts coming into this season. I had the worst wide receivers ever.
And I had AJ Green and Demarius Thomas.
Where did they go? You trade them?
I traded Demarius for
and AJ got
Ingram, and AJ Green's hurt.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest thing. You say you have the player that got you here injured. I have the player that got me here injured.
Exactly. This matchup, from an outsider's perspective, is kind of that matchup that you get to the playoffs in real football. You're watching week 1 of the divisional round, and you're like, this game means nothing because the winner is not going to win.
But I think, anything can happen.
Of course. That team does go on to win the Super Bowl sometimes.
Ask the 2011 New York Giants.
Or the Ravens when they beat the Niners that year, too. They were underdogs every round of the playoffs.
The Steelers when they beat the Seahawks.
Right. So there's much example.
Yeah.
But, yeah, my receivers.
Do we have a fantasy equivalent of this? Do we know in our history?
Sure we do.
We just don't know it.
Well, I always reference the year that Rapids went undefeated, got to the finals, and Brady had a terrible week, and he lost.
But I would love to know the example of a team that was like a 5 or 6 seed.
The team he played was obviously a huge underdog, but I'm sure there's much example.
I'm sure there is. Though.
I just
don't
know it off the top of my head.
We'll come to you with those statistics for the finals preview podcast.
Let's just pick a random year here. Let's go 2013.
Okay. What do you got?
The winner of the pool was Mogul.
Okay.
Was he a rookie?
He was his comeback season or second to comeback season.
All right. Mogul was the winner, and he entered the playoffs as the number 1.
Okay.
Let's go 1 year back. 2012. You win 2012?
Yes, I won the even season, 2010 and 2012.
AJ Rice.
AJ Rice. I have AJ Green on my team this year. It's a real like a Groundhog's Day type deal.
AJ Rice was the number 1 seed.
Interesting.
Look at that. 2011. Rapids was the winner.
Okay.
He beat the Ralph in the final.
The Ralph, wow.
By 32.
Holy shit.
And the Ralph was the number 6 seed.
And what was Rapids?
The number 1 seed.
So there you go. The 2011, 2012, 2013. We might as well keep going down this path. Show me 2014.
I'm at 2011. I was going backwards.
I know, but I mean, now we've seen those 3. Let's do the
2014.
The last 2 is 2014 is No Thrills, and I'm pretty sure last year he was first.
No Thrills came first in 2014.
And in 2015?
And 2015, I'm pretty sure he did come first as well.
So you're telling me the last 5 champions have been the number 1 seed?
The number 1 seed. That's great news for No Sue. 2010, you won as well.
Yeah.
You won. You were the number 2 seed. No, you were the number. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, you were the number 2. The number 2 seed.
Yeah. So
Steel Curtain D.
The champions come from the bye week at least each of the last 6 seasons. I mean, it bodes well for No Sue.
2009, Herbie's Heroes won as the 4 seed.
So that's the last time that someone who didn't have a bye won.
Was 8 years ago.
That's messed up.
So Nusu for you and Rapids. Big advantages there.
Huge. It's hard to believe we were sitting here thinking like, oh, someone must have done it.
And it hasn't been for a long time.
Yeah. Well, hey.
It's the Heroes.
It was the Heroes, and maybe they could do it again. Anyway, back to the matchup. At running back, I think it's pretty close. I would like to hear what you think.
One sec. Let me reopen this matchup. I know
because the reason I think I have the advantage is I think it's pretty close, but I think you have both your running backs have very tough matchups.
DeMarco Murray has been an absolute stable force.
He has been.
Been amazing. One sec here. Getting there.
I guess the Broncos aren't that tough a matchup.
They're still a good defense.
Yeah, but it says here they ranked 28th against the run this year.
Oh, really? And what about the Jets? Are they good?
The Jets have a good rush defense. That
They've given up the 17th most fantasy points to running backs. So like middle of the pack.
Interesting. It seems like those are tougher matchups.
Gore seems versus Houston is a tough matchup now.
Yeah, Gore's been like the most steady guy this year. It's unbelievable how steady he's been. The last 2 weeks he's been off his game, but like generally for the season, just a steady 10 points. Strong.
Yeah, and then Jeremy Hill versus Cleveland is always nice.
Great matchup.
So
many touches. He's been shit, but he's been getting so many touches since Gio went out.
Right. So if anything, that gives you the edge is that matchup alone, but it's a slight edge.
Yeah, and then kicker and defense, like we say, are toss-ups.
And that the tight end position is a toss-up as well, I think, here.
Oh, tight end, yeah. I mean, yeah. Zach Ertz has been killer lately, but so has Rudolph, I feel like.
Rudolph's been pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at our matchup, I think –
you know what? Defense might not mean nothing in this matchup. You're starting LA defense versus very potent offense in Atlanta.
They've been terrible. I mean, I have been like here's been my conundrum, and I'll talk this out over the podcast.
Keeping a waiver wire.
I'm at 9 moves, so I did this purposely. I've been not wanting to make a move in case I have an injury at quarterback or tight end because I don't have backups at those positions.
Right, and you trade. So what do you do?
The way I look at it is I'm getting 0 points from my defense every week right now.
Right, and if you pick up a defense this week to try to win the week, and you do win, and in that Cam Newton gets hurt,
I'm fucked. That's not. And so, like, you know what I mean?
Don't do it, Swanson.
it's you know, but if I don't make it to next week, then who cares, right? And having a defense that's almost a 0 point a week team, you know, if you look at them, you know, like it was a team that coming into the season I thought was going to be a decent defense.
It should be, but when your offense is as terrible as theirs is,
0 points each of the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's bad. Oh, trust me, I know, man.
Tell me about it. Hey, listen, Niners have lost 11 in a row.
Your last win?
The last one was week 1 against the Rams.
What was the score?
23-0?
28.
28, there you go.
28-0 against the
I was in Prince George, British Columbia, losing my mind, and they haven't won since.
And then the Rams were like 4-2 or 4-3.
Unbelievable.
They haven't won since.
Unbelievable.
And then they freaking re-signed their coach.
So overall, Herb, where do you give the edge?
I mean, it's close. I think basically we gave you the slight edge in quarterback and running back. We gave me the dominant edge in wide receiver, and the rest were toss-ups. So I think by that, it becomes basically a toss-up. I'll take Herbie's Heroes.
You want to rock, paper, scissors?
Sure.
Rock.
Just one.
Scissors.
What'd you do?
I did scissors.
I did scissors too.
Okay, I don't think this is good podcasting.
It's a toss-up.
Well, it's a true toss-up.
It's a toss-up.
Okay. So, Herb. So, given all we've learned on the podcast today, pick a champion.
The champion of the pool. Well, I think it's overwhelmingly pointing to No Sue for You or Rapage based on the research. I don't want Rapage to get that 2.5 championship. So I'll take No Sue for You.
I'd like to present you with what I would consider to be a little bit at least of a dark horse, okay?
Yep.
Over the last few weeks, this team is at 114, 122, 122, 109 points. That's dating back to week 10.
Chargers.
That team has been hot to trot. Not to say No Sue for You hasn't been. I'm sure if I look at the last 4 weeks for them, it'll look something similar. Rapage perhaps the same.
Last week.
Looking at that Chargers lineup, you know, it's a strong hey, laugh. Stop scaring the shit out of me. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Stop it. Holy fuck.
That's great. It'd be awesome if he walked through the waterfall. Oh, he is walking through the waterfall.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's glass. There's glass there.
Appear like Jesus through the waterfall. Did Jesus do that? I don't really know. I feel like that's something Jesus would do, though, is appear from a waterfall.
I don't know from Jesus, bro.
I don't know much about Jesus, but
This is a Jewish podcast, bro.
when I picture Jesus, it would be him like in the water. Like he walked on the water. I know that.
That's what they say. Yeah, he turned the waterfall into wine.
Yeah.
Did he turn the waterfall into wine?
Yeah, that'd be sweet for you. You should get your boy to do that.
Oh man. Okay. Anyways, I'm just looking at his lineup, and it's pretty deadly. Great tight end, great quarterback, great running backs, and I just think that's a really formidable team. Not to say that the same isn't true for Nosu, but
yeah, he's been good. Third most points in the pool by one.
I'm gonna take the Chargers as my dark horse pick to win it all.
And do you know why?
Why?
Because Terrell Pryor is a champion in the making.
He's a future MVP.
I'm picking him first overall next year.
Future Hall of Famer.
Oh, so good.
Start molding that bust now.
Oh
boy.
prediction?
Okay, so Herbie, before we wrap up here, what do we have coming up?
What do we have coming up? Okay, well let's leave this for the playoffs. We'll do a nice finals preview.
I want to leave the potential open for a semifinals preview potentially.
It's a potential, but in 2 weeks, in the finals preview, guaranteed finals preview, and we will unveil the 2016 Herbie Awards. Bring back the tradition that I lacked on for a few years because I don't have like 8 hours like John to sit in my office and.
But this will be perfect. You'll just do it on air. It's so much easier than writing it out.
I don't mean to pick on you, John. I just don't get it. How that? Maybe you do it really quickly.
Yeah, I feel like he knows his math. He's got to do it quick.
He knows his math, but that form it takes me 10 minutes to read the email.
But that's nothing for him. He's he's a smart guy. I gotta give him credit. Yeah. He's not smart enough to make the playoffs, but.
Do you have a bold prediction for the first week of the playoffs?
Prediction. Okay. I don't want to make a bold prediction in our matchup because I feel like that's weird. So let me look at the other matchup here briefly. I want to make a bold prediction that the Chargers win and Ezekiel Elliott scores less than 5 points.
Wow. Okay, here's my prediction.
Every year someone makes the playoffs under the strength of a really good player, and then that player lets them down in the playoffs, and that's how they lose. That's going to be Ezekiel Elliott for blunt force trauma this week.
Okay, here's my bold prediction. Terrell Pryor Sr.
I knew it was coming.
Puts up a plus 24-point week.
Okay, 24 plus.
And the Chargers lay an egg everywhere else, and blunt force trauma wins.
Wow.
The playoffs. I mean, round two.
Can I just see? Just checking Terrell Pryor. I just want to see how bold this is. Terrell Pryor has scored over 24 points twice this year. And Ezekiel Elliott has scored under 5 points.
Zero.
His lowest point total this season is 11.7 in week 1 versus the New York Giants, who he plays this week.
So you're a little more bold.
Hey, listen. They call me the bold and the beautiful.
Well, I had to get Terrell Pryor in there.
I knew it was coming. Okay, here's my playoff bold prediction.
All right.
Playoff bold prediction. So how many matchups will there be? 2, 4, 5 matchups for the playoffs?
Yeah, two this week, 2 next week, and then the finals. Yeah.
My bold prediction for the playoffs.
Yeah.
5 matchups, 2 of them will be won with less than 101 points.
Wow. And I've just realized something, that it doesn't re-rank. It definitely is a bracket, because in that pool where Rapids beat Ralph, it was 6 versus 1. I'm going to hear my bold playoff prediction is Nosu for you does win the finals over the Blount Force Trauma to make it all the way.
Wow. Herbie, it's been a pleasure, man.
Tune in next week potentially, but definitely in 2 weeks for the Arguments Football Podcast. Switzer's going to put this up on YouTube, I think.
Yeah. I'll post the link on the pool. Take care, guys.
Have a good one.